Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and welcome to the latest match in the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. My name is Lorfin Borfin, and joined with me in the booth is Caleb. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm excited for this matchup. We have two of our, I wouldn't call them proteges, but Rubes, one of the ducklings that joined the Center for Competitive Forfeiting just before the Fall League last year, and Luffy, the most recent recruit to the Trash Island Fire Department. So I couldn't think of a more better match to call with you, my buddy, than this one.
Oh, it's going to be hype. So let's talk parties real quick before we take off. Parties look a little weird. Was it forced? Was it draft? Good news, it's both. So we went with 2 forced, and our forced landed on Black Belt Red Mage. After that, we decided to do a draft. Luffy defers first pick to Rubes. Rubes picks a Black Mage. Luffy counters that with a Black Mage. And we're off.
Yep, just waiting for Rubes' stream to catch up so we can be on, get the sync happening.
While we wait, let's talk.
Just a big stream sync.
Oh,
there we go.
There it goes.
Yeah, that's good enough for government work.
Level 1 White Magic, we got... level 1 Black Magic, we had Hold, Saber, Garbage. Level 1 White, we got Heal 3.
All right,
Shrug.
Yeah, we can work with that.
It'll do things. So... let's talk Blur-Sinks. As we maneuver through the rest of our Canaria checks. We've got a black belt. That black belt has plus 15 luck at the cost of never having any bracelets. We've got a red mage. It's got plus 15% hit at the cost of 10 vitality. And we've got black mages with plus 20 vitality at the cost of 10% hit. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty, as far as blessings go, these are pretty kind.
Yeah.
No class is particularly hamstring, and no class is particularly overpowered.
Yeah. So. The only thing... So we've got 2 black mages. Black mages are ordinarily pretty alright at running. That black belt with plus 15 luck is basically a pseudo-thief at this point in terms of run speed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of really nice.
Yeah, it's really going to make getting away from these early encounters and dealing with the monsters in a box pretty good. But question in chat, how are we going to kill Garland?
Hold and Saber.
those next level strats.
I'm 100% serious. It's Hold and Saber strats.
Yeah. Oh, we got a wizard stick and a Thor hammer, so...
Hey, we got new strats.
Yeah, change of plans. Hold and Saber is pretty good because Hold will reduce the enemy's evasion basically to 0, so it will make those sabered hits hit even harder.
Right.
But with Lightning 2 and a Wizard Stick, you can kind of keep Garland preoccupied by firing himself while you spam him with Lightning 2s. And you can still potentially do the Hold Saber strats as well still.
Yeah. Ordinarily... Confuse is not the greatest because Fire 1 is not the greatest spell. However, Garland only has like 100 health and doesn't resist anything, so the fires will add up kind of really fast.
It's how you had to do it in the vanilla game. You only had fire and lightning to get it done, so.
Yep. And Rubes is up to the plate. We got a Thor hammer, and we're gonna hold. Garland knows some skills. Garland has squint. Well...
We gotta hope for some better turn order this time.
Yeah, just got a flying tackle hug, or confuse him. Tackle hug or confuse.
Yeah, and we got Garland confused and paralyzed, so that's pretty good.
I wonder which one resolves first, or if they all resolve at the same time.
I don't know, but Rube's first one through, level 2. there's level 3 for Luffy, so Luffy picking up an extra trash fight.
And we got us a rod, and we got us a bottle.
And we're gonna be walking to Elfland.
Yep, so let's talk key items. Now the bottle we can write off immediately. We need a floater before we can do literally anything with it. It is, for all intents and purposes, useless to us right now.
Yes.
The rod, while true it unlocks an orb, it unlocks an orb in a dungeon we want nothing to do with right now. So I kind of also call that useless.
Mm-hmm. Now, Lord Fizzlebeef. I saw level, or 7 gold wood shields.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of money. It looks like Luffy sold the wizard stick.
Sure.
That's how I'm assuming we got 20,000 gold, because the first box in TOF only had 4 gold in it.
Right.
Are you a fill the inventory kind of guy to deal with the monster box?
No, and here's why. All monster in a box encounters are random B-side tiles. That is a staggering amount of experience to leave on the table. Granted, we don't really have any answers to that at this point in the game, so it would be a little bit sketch to open boxes right now. However, as soon as we get to Elfland and find a sweeper, or as soon as we get to Provoca and find a sweeper, now when I open a box and see an encounter, there's like a better than 50% chance I'm going to be thrilled to see it, nuke it, blow it up, collect my 6 easy levels, and now I'm in a position where I can do ice or marsh super easy.
You must have had better luck than me when dealing with some of these monsters in a box, because I find myself frequently ambushed by them. So I'm kind of like, I ride the fence on the fill the inventory or let it ride strategy, because I prefer to fill my inventory with stuff that I can equip. So I don't like buying 16 wooden shields. I will if I have to, if I'm very insecure about my party's ability to survive opening a series of boxes. But if I have like fighters or something with fighter armor bonus, yeah, I'm pretty excited to fill my inventory with equipment that I can wear and know that the only boxes that I'm going to be fighting for are going to be weapons or consumables or gold.
Even if the first couple light warriors go down and I only end up with levels on the mages, I still call that a win, because at the very least that'll get me spell charges for when I want to take something else somewhere else down, and then get levels on the characters that didn't quite make it through the monster in a box. And at 6 minutes into the game, I can afford not to have a lot of levels on my melee character. That'll tend to itself at some point.
So chain armor and pro rings for sale here in Elfland, and we've equipped the red mage. We had lightning 3 at level 3 and lock 2. We also had life. I missed what slot it was in at level 3 white. There's temper, ice 2, and warp.
Okay.
And ruse and expert. Yeah, so invis and life unfortunately locked to the white mages in slots 2 and 4. So not going to be doing us any good. We're going to really hope we see life 2 in either slot 1 level 5 or in Provoca, because promotion isn't guaranteed with this party.
Right. So we found temper. It all kind of depends on where fast lands, I think, is if we're going to see a promotion or not. And already I'm kind of leaning towards no.
Yeah, I mean, Black Mage gets so many promotion slots. Like, there's, 1 at 5 that it can't learn. It can learn all of 6. It can learn one of the 2.
2 of 7?
I think it's just 1 at 7 in Onrak.
Yeah, maybe.
But, yeah, so it's there's still a healthy amount of spells outside of the Inner Sea that the Black Mage can learn from. But if Life 2 rolls just out of reach, say slot 2 level 5, is that enough bait to promote for you?
Yes with a but, or no with an and. It's it all depends on what's going on. If for whatever reason I had to abandon ship on my black belt grind prior to 42, I'm going to start prioritizing life 2. If I got to 42 and fast ends up being on the table somewhere where we can learn it, I'm going to go with a no. If fast is also promotion locked at like 7 or something, maybe. It's right on the decision line and is going to probably be determined by any number of things that I see going on.
How do you feel about our runners skipping marsh for the time being?
Great. A+ move. So ordinarily marsh is like if we can run in and run out, we win. Monster in a box is the wrinkle that causes me to reevaluate dungeons. I'm not setting foot in a dungeon until I have some method of solving B-side tiles. And we don't have that right now,
Yeah.
and we won't have it until we have like reliable Lightning 3 access.
Yeah. Alright, cheap houses. That's exciting to see.
Houses are nice. Buy a few. We're gonna need them when we go to
bracelets. Silver bracelets +3, that's like silver.
It's pretty
armor.
good.
Yeah, it's like 21 absorb. And there's fast.
Yeah.
Level 6. So
Okay, perfect.
locked only to black mages, but it's there.
That's fine.
There's the canal.
Ooh. Okay. Alright, now I heart the early ice dive. If all things were equal, I would be blazing into Ice Cave in a ball of fire with a car wreck trailing behind me. But we don't have any method of solving B-side tiles yet, so
Right.
Provoca sounds nice this time of day.
Yeah, we still haven't had eyes on Fade or Nuke, so there's a good chance that one of those might be at level 2.
Mhm.
I only say that because when I say that to myself in my head, or when I'm doing my own like pickup races, streams, I say that and usually one of them lands in Provoca, so it's like a superstition.
Sure. I just want the levels from pirates.
We got level 2 Fade.
Oh.
See, you gotta put that as Rafe would say, you gotta put that white magic out in the world as trolls spam crack at Luffy, and then Scourge.
It's fine.
So-
We'll have a very high level single black mage. This is fine. It's fine.
Level 2 black magic, we've got Zap, Fire 2, and Bane. I like Fire 2 and Fire 2 and Zap.
Yep, that's what I'd be grabbing, I think, at this point. Zap will do a lot of work for you in Ice Cave against all the things that are not going to be in boxes or on tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for any enemies that have a particularly high amount of MDef, like the Sorcerers, you've got Lightning 3 and Fades to melt them. So, nice complementary spell level for the red and black mages here.
So rubes000 across the board, takes down pirates, gets TNT. Luffy taking river encounters.
And there's Cube. Let's go sell some of those. Go sell that wizard stick, Rubes. Go sell that wizard stick.
This would be an excellent time to sell the river stick, pick up the cube. We never have to come back to Provoca. I don't even care what's in the armor shop. We're never coming back.
Sell the
We
wizard
found
stick.
silver bracelets.
That's go sell the wizard stick. This
We're
isn't
party
selling the wizard
jiggling.
stick. Oh, we're gonna lose a black mage.
Interesting.
Look at that stuff you can sell for the cube.
It's fine. We're gonna go do Ice Cave. We'll be back for the cube.
Fair. Okay, so we're gonna go to the 3-man. We're gonna drop Doc 0 whenever he naturally falls down.
Right.
And get some complementary levels along the way to Ice Cave, I'd imagine. Now I did miss if there was a quick encounter off the hard reset. I don't know if our runners are actually encounter manipulating.
I haven't seen any encounter manipulation. and I missed what happened straight out of Canaria.
Ooh, we're not going to ice.
We're not going to ice. Where, pray tell, are we going?
Maybe TNT and Marsh Cave?
Oh, that's a hike.
Especially when we have to come back to ice.
It's 2 items, but like it's a hike.
Maybe Rubes is thinking, I'm going to get level 4 charges on Dock 1, and I can pick up Warp while I'm in Elfland. So that's why we're clearing out the river trash here.
I ordinarily like that logic up until we remember that it's a random chest in ice that's incentivized. Having the random chest be incentivized kind of really kills the value of Warp.
I'm thinking Warp not for the ice cave trick, but just to get in and out of Marsh a little bit quicker. Just to make all of the exploration a little bit faster.
I buy it.
And it gets us if we have level 4 charges, we have more HP, and we can better survive Ice Cave. Because now Luffy, he may take a page out of the Legally Frivolous Beef book and go to ice. But there's the Warp pickup. Oh my god, it's like I know what's going on in Rubes' brain.
Oh, Luffy had to think. Luffy picked up the cube, and we had ourselves a think. We checked the armor shop. We don't like what's in there. We're going to go look at magic. That's going to be fine. We have all the Lego pieces to put together in early ice. Like, I seen it. We got it. Let's go do it.
I wonder if chat thinks I'm you and you're me.
Welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. My name is Caleb. Joined with me is Legally Frivolous Beefs. How's it going?
Let's do a pretty good punch. Oh, Luffy's doing the thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, it's like our boys are taking plays out of our own playbooks, because Rubes is doing the thing that I would do.
Right.
Because we're going to go into Marsh Cave and we're going to get like the adamant.
And Luffy's doing the thing that I would do. We're going to get our probably boat, although maybe not. But we're also going to get a ton of levels so that once we get out of this stupid inner sea, we'll be fine doing it, whatever we want.
I like how optimistic you are, Caleb. It's pretty out of character for you. I have not had as kind of ice caves as your optimism would suggest are possible.
It's fine. You just
blow
everything up that's in there.
What are Luffy's levels?
I don't know, like 8, 9, somewhere in there.
Okay, so it's not outside the realm of possibility. We do have good HP on the Black Mages from the Blessing. It's it's the standard argument against there's the crystal. Oh, gross. Oh, so gross.
Oh.
So when we're on our way back to that's so maybe TNT is the ship. That's so gross.
That's terrible.
We're just doing the cinnamon bun inner sea routing here, just back and forth, round and round. Goat's pirate question: where else would ship be? Well, ship could be the TNT. Ship could be the crystal. Ship could be an ice. Ship could be in a lot of places right now. Crown. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's on the way back,
Looking like A-side tiles.
That's not bad if we have decent encounters, because if we decide to go with the static grind in a dungeon, the eye, the agama, the metal slimes, they're available. If we go with
charge.
And if we go with overworld grind, if we have it's even more experience. That was very quick. I missed that.
I also missed that.
It looked like edamame or something, so it might have been Ruby.
Might have been Ruby.
Yeah, it was Ruby. It was not edamame though, so that's interesting. Okay, so I guess if the Goat's Pirate saying that Astos and Elf Prince can't have ship, I didn't know that that was a thing, but
Is that true?
Any one of them could have the key, and the key could have the ship in the box if you want to guarantee, if you want to talk about boxes.
Hey, we got these slimes here. We gotta fire to them. Also, we're gonna throw out a cheeky zap, which is fine.
Zap's pretty good.
Yeah, zap can work, but I feel like I'd lean harder on the double fire 2 because sometimes slimes roll up in health, and then the single fire 2 makes everyone feel awkward.
Yeah. But Zap is a pretty heads-up play for them. Like, they do typically, well, not typically, I think it's like 50-50 shot to send them backwards in time.
Yeah, it's still pretty high, though.
Yeah. And back-to-back monsters and boxes, and this is the problem. These are the ambushes.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We got lightning. No, we got black belt speed. That's fine. We still got 2 characters. That is a whole half of a party. That's more than enough to find whatever box is in the place with the stuff.
And ghouls with blaze, so we're not gonna risk that again. We're gonna throw the fire 2 instead of trying to flee.
It's a good play. As soon as you see as soon as an encounter reveals itself as lethal, it is usually safer to just spend the resource, blow them up. Even if you don't get any quote-unquote rewards out of it, the reward of not dying is a reward unto itself.
Yep. And Rubes, before going to Matoya, gonna come here. And Frosty's with damage poison, just not playing nice for BM1.
It's fine. Everything continues to be fine. There is nothing wrong happening here.
Until we like pull
get our boat
out. There's the boat.
We're going to get our boat, and then we're going to calmly and casually exit the cave.
Now, the boat here will make these inner sea turn-ins much faster for Luffy than they were for Rubes. So this will be an early game advantage for Luffy.
Luffy going with the double fire 2 to get rid of the R-bones because we're not confident that we can run from these twice in a row. Busting out the lightning 3 because we're not confident we can survive a second round of melee. We're going to clean most of this up. Not enough of it. Alright, turn order. Be our friend. We know where the boat is, and everything is fine.
Alright, so the wipe sets Luffy back a little bit, but Rubes may deal with the same sort of adversity. Although might be more likely to with the short party running 3-man over the 4-man, not having the extra lightning 3s.
Right. Now, Luffy's second dive, we're spending more spells on trash encounters, which is good so that we can still get some levels on our way out of here because we're going to be dodging a lot of these tiles that we're just not going to see again.
And the Gershark's Whizzags did not ambush Rubes, so he's going to get the XP from this fight, more than likely, and
probably like the Whizzags we can get out of the way, and the Gersharks, well, they rolled average, I think.
Thinking real hard of the stream stuttering. Thinking real hard about this spell.
Hold.
We got through it. Go. And we didn't see what was in the box, so
it's probably not important.
Yeah, and if it was, we'll see. We'll
so
see.
Yeah. So we see him randomly swinging a Mazda out of nowhere. So both our runners are going to get the boat at pretty much the same time. Rubes technically with an information lead, but the issue is that with a boat, I feel like Luffy is going to clean up a lot of these checks a lot faster.
Yeah. And taking more of these like kind of trash fights. The Argoyles, literally no one's favorite enemy. Nobody likes to see them. I've yet to meet anybody even tangentially related to the FFR community. It's like, Argoyles are super cool, man. They're like my favorite enemy. I like how they're all red and they have a bunch of like resistances and they have always a bunch of hits and they're awesome.
I love how they rip your mages apart and resist lightning for some reason.
Because they're made out of red rocks. Now, if you're Rubes, and say that crystal turns into like floater, say it's the dreams situation,
sure.
do you kick yourself in the pants for coming into the ice cave?
No. It's at this point, ice cave is the numbers play to make sure that you are in a position to advance. Just because you do happen to win the lottery doesn't mean that planning on the lottery happening was like a good idea.
Question from chat: was the party setup pre-chosen, or did they both consider this the best party for the seed? The party setup, and there's the bridge for Rubes. So the top two slots in the party were forced, and that was the black belt and the red mage. They were randomly chosen, and then each person drafted a light warrior, and they both decided to take black mages. All through the brackets here for the spring tournament, we will be seeing either drafts, some form of agreed upon party between runners, or it will be forced, or like a combination of the two here. So kind of leave it up to our runners to figure out what is fun for them. But basically, we want to see 1v1 races where we're running the same party. So one person can't inherently lose, quote unquote, on the character select screen. It's really a test of who handled this seed better and dealt with the RNG and the adversity a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Got a little bit luckier in some cases, you know. But it's all about how those little things add up over the course of a run that really determine the outcome. And I think that's the most John Madden thing I've ever said about Final Fantasy Randomizer racing.
You know, the race really comes down to whoever kills Chaos first.
It's really going to come down to who can do it the fastest.
So Rubes went back into Provoca to buy the cube. Luffy headed out for greener pastures. We're going to stop. We're going to turn in this TNT. We're going to grind our teeth because it's a stupid crystal. Who's doing Marsh?
That is a good question. Luffy will need to come to Marsh. Rubes making the safety save. Don't want to get blown up in Matoya's cave.
Yeah, no, you 100% do the safety save because like monster in a, you save outside of a place that is a threat. All boxes are potential threats, thus save in front of boxes.
Just confirming Rubes' stream is it's kind of a little jittery, so see when he comes back up. And no idea what the crystal gave us, so caviar. Astos a fancy boy. Rubes, please.
Luffy bypassing Marsh. We don't care what that crystal was.
Oh, that's a spicy play.
Alright, so Rubes is an elf blend. I don't think that tells us anything. Headed east, that might be a floater.
That might be a floater in Marsh, so...
Oh, we're headed down around. Marsh was crystal to floater. Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's an uh-oh.
That's a big pat on the back for Rubesy.
Dial 1-800 uh-oh.
All right, yeah, confirmed Rubes in the air right around the 28-minute mark. Now, could have skipped ice, but Rubes didn't lose a whole lot of time in ice. He didn't take the wipe there. And Luffy going to do the sad Sar to turn in.
Yeah.
By having to, yep, and where Rubes is just going to be able to fly over and park in his backyard. Eventually.
So I don't hate the Sarda dive for Luffy. A, we need things. Sarda has things. B, we're right next to Earth Cave, and yeah, we're on A-side tiles, but we could still find Agama or I on first floor Earth, and that would kind of solve a lot of Luffy's problems right now. Like if we could get this grind started immediately, that would be helpful.
And that's what Rubes is looking to do. So we're in the Earth Cave. Missed what the Sarda item was, because I'm sure that we saw it. I'm sure that we went to Sarda first, but we're going to see it right here with Luffy.
You see it right here. Ooh, Oxyal. Oxyal's not bad.
But
Oxyal's
unfortunately
not bad.
for Luffy, that's going to push him away from Marsh.
Whatever. It's floaterless seed. Let's go.
Yeah. I think that might be the worst case scenario for Luffy, because if it's floaterless and both runners go a long time, both not having the floater, before one person gets it, it can be pretty balanced. But if one person has a floater for, since the 30-minute mark and the other one doesn't, like it's going to be an uphill struggle for Luffy to sort of catch up just the overworld maneuvering.
Sure.
So
it's one of those things of like, in this scenario, skipping March is a gamble, but I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I understand why Luffy's doing it. I just have like the feels about it.
Yeah. And assuming this came out of a box, as this is a B-side encounter for Rubes, it's going to be good experience. And getting
number 2 tile
shouldn't be too bad here. Question from chat: that I missed a Garland hold? You missed a Garland hold and Wizard Sticked.
Alright, and our Earth tiles are Shark or Agamas.
Oh, so we are working on B-side tiles.
Okay.
How about that? And Rubes.
All right.
This is the fire tile. So.
And round 1 Stinger is fantastic. That's basically a free round. And these seem pretty lightningable. Okay. I like this.
And both runners are going to be off to the races with these grinds here. Feeling pretty good. Now, Rubes will be able to pop out of here if we can't solo this, because this is a really tricky fight to solo, and it's a lot.
Oh, I would solo this.
It's a lot of resources to expend.
Right.
So it's a lot of in and out of Volcano, but we might take like an unlucky encounter from them, and if they decide to get turn order and blow up one of the mages and just say, hey, let's go fly down to the desert area and start looking for steak, but
yeah, so like I like Rubes' tile because we can get the whole party to like low 20s faster, and by faster I mean nearly immediately. I like Luffy's tile better because yeah, we might get to like a self-reliant state slower, but this is a soloable tile.
Yeah.
Even with the blizzard, like I don't care. By the time we get to like solo territory, like we'll be fine.
Yep. And there's Rubes. I don't know if he wiped or if we managed to get out of there.
Unsure.
It's hard to tell, and unfortunately it looks like it's an issue on Rubes' internet more than likely to sort of give him the stream jitters. But we're dealing with a shoddy PowerPoint presentation from Rubes here. How do you oh, we're back in it. So,
Mhm.
where are our levels? 18 on the
18.
Black Mage.
I
That
doubt
hit-
there's going to be much difference between the 3 awake characters, so I feel like that's 18 across the board.
Yeah. And gonna check the armory here.
Mhm.
And yeah, Luffy not far behind, level 17 across the board. Sleepy Pete's.
Yeah,
So-
pointing out that 2 to 3 Blizzard casts could be a problem even for a 21 black belt. Yes, but we won't be 21 for long, and we'll probably be dragging a couple AoE casters to 21.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It's interesting that Naga's also had first turn Stinger. I know Stinger's a very common skill, but it makes me wonder if Agamas and Water Knot, they're Sorius, shared a script via Medusa.
Fun fact of the day, and this is something I didn't know until I actually looked it up. I thought that Sarias were worth more experience than Agamas, but that's false. Agamas are worth more experience between the two, although not by much.
Yeah, Sorias are just usually squishier, right?
A little, kind of.
So as both of our runners eat the red and green varieties of the Agamas, what'd you have for dinner tonight, man?
I haven't had dinner yet. Like,
Oh no.
I'm waiting to order. That's essentially what I'm doing. I'm waiting to order, so like don't interrupt the race. Which probably means I'm getting horrible fried food. I don't know.
Awesome. There is a little Italian market near me that I absolutely adore. And we got dinner from them the other night, and it was a delicious sub. And it was served on like a hard sandwich roll. And tonight we went back there because my chicken wasn't thawed for dinner. Silver linings. And had their meatball sub on that same hard bread. It's so good. They make their meatballs from scratch. They make their mozzarella from scratch. The marinara. So good. So good. I was so happy about it. I wanted another one.
I gotta see if there's. Because they're not on DoorDash. I gotta see if my favorite Italian place has partnered with like one of the other delivery services. Because like, man, I would sign up for a place just to order from that place like once. I braved the untamed wilds of Olive Garden recently, and like it was fine, but it wasn't what the bill was fine.
Looks like Rubes is settling in for a solo Soria grind. I like this a lot more if we do it on the Agama floor, so we don't have to deal with
on the Agama
those.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally free.
Yep.
Because unlike the Agamas that Luffy's eating, these Sorias don't have a script. So it's just they're gonna punch, and so the higher our levels go, the less they're gonna punch for. So provided we have heal pots for this could be pretty good.
Danny, our wonderful tracker, confirming that Olive Garden is fine.
I mean, it's fine. it's a girl. It's girl fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. We can go to Olive Garden. No, it's fine. No, I want to go to Olive Garden.
No one wants to go to Olive Garden.
Yeah,
I want to go to Denny's sometimes, and even I don't want to go to Olive Garden. I just, oh my god! I parked my car and I turned it off, and there's a sign. We're doing this.
That's how I end up at McDonald's. I don't have a penchant for the fast dining experience, like the American family restaurants, the TGI Friday. None of those really
Oh yeah.
Get me excited. But fast food, I'm a sucker for it. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, the Blizzard. Oh no, how many levels did Luffy lose? Oh,
I don't think very many.
They took him to Dairy Queen.
I don't think we're losing that many because we keep bailing like every so often when we run out of magic. I think we might have just gotten ambushed there or something. Something happened that we just weren't prepared for that.
Yeah. I want to see what our levels are because I know we were like in our 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, we probably lost
we're at
a
20.
couple.
Yeah. We're all right.
2 to 3.
That's perfectly acceptable.
I mean, it's fine. I used to really like the Fridays, the Jack Daniel's menu that they had, like their Jack Daniel's chicken and shrimp.
Oh god.
But it's I had it recently, like in the past 4 or 5 years, and it's fine. It doesn't hit the same.
Oh. All right, outside of Olive Garden, which is like the one that I make the exception for. When's the last time? I mean, I guess Chili's counts sort of, and it was not fine.
Yeah, I don't mind On the Border. On the Border's pretty okay.
I don't think we have any of those out here.
It's like it's a Chili's offshoot for just like bad Tex-Mex.
Sure.
If you're watching and you're from Chili's, I'm sorry. If you're from the Chili's corporate office,
don't apologize. They know.
They might not know. They might like, well, we offer decent meals at an affordable price with our gigantic 8-cup margaritas. Hula Hands from chat. I've never been to a Hula Hands. Is that like a steakhouse or like a burger place?
I've not heard of those.
I've heard of it. It's got one of those like names that you heard of.
Yeah.
Oh, retro gaming coming. I just miss White Castle. Yeah, that's my poison, the fast food. And I live in a part of the country that is the closest White Castle is like a 4-hour drive almost, and the closest Crystal Burger, the southern alternative to White Castle, is like 6 to 8 hours away in like Tennessee. So, man.
Question in chat: is being poisoned the cool thing now? No. What's happening is that for Luffy's grind, we're taking on Agamas, and they do Stinger first every turn. They just spam Stinger, and we don't have any way of like negating Stinger being applied and taking time after every single combat to pull off the poison status when it's just going to get slapped right back on again is time that we don't need to be spending. So just stay poisoned. It's like, what, 2 damage around is whatever. It's fine.
Luffy, consider Luffy the Miles Davis of being poisoned. And alright, so Luffy down to 3-man. So like this is the, I guess if there's a takeaway lesson to compare from these grinds is the viability of the Sorias with their lower XP, but safer, so Rubes can do this in 4 rounds, but get all that XP for just his one light warrior. He's already up to level 34, where Luffy still about like 10 levels behind, but getting through the fights quicker in theory with the nukes, but yeah,
getting through the fights quicker, but Luffy is going to have to start dropping party members pretty quick, and that's going to be entirely dependent on a black belt surviving blizzards, which I don't remember the accuracy, but I don't think we're that far away.
And it's going to be like, it looks like they have well over 300 HP. Like a 314 nuke didn't take one out. So Black Belt's probably going to want to be over 25, so we're doing like 400 damage a hit. Yeah, 6 hits, 352. Like we might be able to one-shot them now, but
I think we'd be good now. Yeah.
it's just a matter of how. So if we get perfect turn order and they get perfect turn order, we see 3 stingers and we kill an Agama in the first fight.
Right.
The second round, like we could potentially see 3 blizzards.
Mm-hmm.
Is 400 HP enough to survive 3 blizzards and then whatever comes next? Because we don't know what that third skill is.
Probably. It will be if we can start acquiring levels.
Because they're also
but we're gonna
punch
chug
pretty
heal
hard.
pots fast. Yeah. Well,
And,
I kind of rather they punch than blizzard for now,
mhm.
and maybe also later. It'll depend on like how much absorb impacts their punch.
And Rubes looks like he's going to call it quits at 37, which is
Okay.
That's a good place to stop. We'll
Yep.
We'll probably get those remaining 5 levels walking through sea, walking through sky. So 44 minutes in, you're in the air. You can't be mad about having your grind done. You know.
No, this is a great time to have black belt grind done. So I see 2 black mages have been moved up to the top slot. It looks like we are no longer caring about their survivability.
Yeah, we're spamming the lightning 3s to soften the Agamas for the black belt, but really hoping that this fight catapults black belt into 1 punch ability time.
Yeah.
Level 25, yeah, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And Rube's coming back to the volcano because now we're gonna go take care of Kelly 1.
Right. I don't mind doing it while we're here. The big reason why I keep saying that like we always do like Earth and Volcano last is so that by the time we do these dungeons, we have someone in the front slot with enough levels that we have an okay chance that things just run away from us when we encounter them in here. The rules get wibbly because we just ground a black belt to 37 and like we just stayed at the inn in Crescent. This is fine. This is a perfectly sensible choice.
Yeah, and we catch Frosty. Just hey, let's get a couple more levels.
I love the safety of 42. I always think like if I'm grinding, like if I get to 37, I might as well just go to 42. But I've also talked to a lot of people that say that if you go to like 37, 38, Topher's generally is survivable, and it can be unless things go very wrong.
Alright, Luffy up to 27 now, but skin of his teeth.
He's
like
fine.
surviving that fight with 79 HP. It's pretty
fine.
spooky.
2 whole digits.
Alright, we get lucky in the 1 punch, second 1 punch, and the stinger. Oh, well, we killed the one that punched before we punched.
That's fine. None of them bothered with stinger, so this is going to be a free-ish round.
Yeah, you can't really have asked for a better fight than that.
Now hang on, is this... So, the RNG table does weird things when you only have 1 character inhabiting the 3rd or 4th slot. I think this might be a situation where 4th slot seems to be punch prone? Not if we get ambushed, mind you, but like... Well, maybe ambush too. Maybe I spoke too soon.
No, not like this.
That's fine. That's a little fine. That's decreasing. It's now we're fine. Just punch him. See? We leveled up.
Jeez Louise.
Everything is under control. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, there's a manageable fight. Just give me 2 Agamas, please. 4 spooky. 2 is slower, but oh my lord, let's three's the upper limit on the Agamas that I would want to see.
No, we need 4s. We need 4s to get to 42. Let's go.
We get the 42 with 1s, okay?
But it takes so long, and you have to wait for the fight to load in, and you have to go through the experience thing. No, we gotta go the Costco route. We gotta buy in bulk.
Kirkland Agamas, they're chewy though.
Yeah, but you get a lot of them.
But like when they're cold in the middle, they're covered in dirt, and they're supposed to be spicy. But hey, we got 32. Is that enough for Luffy?
It's gonna have to be because we're out of heal potions, so it's time to abandon ship. We ended this grind at an awkward tile.
It's fine. We'll get to 33.
Yeah. And then we walk outside and we get in our boat, and then we go do Marsh, and then we go.
I hope he does Marsh. Look at me being optimistic.
I'm not gonna lie, I would not do Marsh in this position. So like, if he doesn't do Marsh, I'm not gonna be mad. I would be staring at this 32 black belt, and I'd just be like, time to punch a Kraken.
Yeah, because he has the Oxyale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a pretty clean pillar maze for Rubes. It always looks clean when there's warp in play.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, some new information. Monty. A tail.
Okay, that's not what we want.
French vanilla tail. Maybe we'll get a ribbon out of this last box.
Alright, Luffy, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart. You and me.
Show him your vision board.
I have this vision board over here next to me. And basically, it's a couple words, because I can't count that many. It's no more boxes we don't need. Like, as soon as we see the key item, no more boxes ever again. We can do that, right?
I mean...
We don't need no ribbons. That's what the black belt's for.
Yeah, we had level 2 wall.
We had level 2 wall. We don't need no ribbons.
Alright. Did we see... Yeah, Fairy with slab. We have not translated the slab yet. Still need loot, key, and chime. Oh my gosh, we got round convergence in the waterfall.
Oh my god. See, waterfall is fine. You just talk to the robot, and if he hands you something stupid like a glove or a shirt, you bounce. You just reset back to on rack, and then you run screaming into...
Yeah, Rubes did not say before coming into the waterfall. It's just running in face first. Like in a shampoo commercial, just running through that waterfall. I mean, if there was a light warrior, I think that really cared about their hair, I think it would be the black belt.
Would it? I feel like that's red wizard territory because he's
got the hood. Oh, they wear the hats.
No, he's got the fancy hat.
Yeah, but you don't care about your hair if you're wearing a hat. That's why you wear
a hat. But if you have like the fancy hat and the fancy cape and the fancy cane, but your hair's all like dirty and a mess.
I got one word for you, Lord Fizzlebeef. Mullet. Black Belt's got a mullet, and he's. I would
almost
like
argue that means we don't care about our hair.
No, if you have a mullet, you care, because that's a deliberate choice. Robot with adamant.
Real
synchronization.
Nope, Luffy, stop it. Stop it.
But there's these boxes here. I need to open them
now.
get sponsored by Perk Plus. It's herbal essences are not good for me. Or Head and Shoulders. You know, if you need a good daily shampoo, you gotta live with the dry scalp. Nuke and some Frost Wolves. Carbon. And Hill 3, we're gonna keep opening some boxes. Houses. Alright, so quick recap. Rubes went to Marsh, got the crystal, and turned it in for the floater. Luffy skipped Marsh. Both of our runners did a grind at the same time. Luffy did his grind on Blizzard or second skill Blizzard Agamas and Earth, while Rubes did Squishy Sorias and the Fire Tile and Volcano.
Yep.
So that's the biggest divergence. They both sort of wrapped their grind up around the same time as well, but Rubes with that airship has been able to do a lot more exploration a little bit quicker. But this, until we see what that slab turns into, because it was bottle to slab, this could be floaterless. So Luffy not out of it, as we see him already into the Sea Shrine. So 32 black belt is usually enough for these flags. So hey, Luffy's doing the right side and the left side plan.
Yeah. I think I lost that fight after that race I did comms for, where that box had a ribbon. I think I'm just gonna quietly stew in my corner after that.
But we're gonna nuke some worms and get some more party levels, so that's gonna pad the black belt's XP totals, not give them a full level, but you know, get some party levels and gets the black belt a little bit higher. Also, I think the other divergence is Rubes has been running basically 3-man, while Luffy's kept 4 up outside of the grinds.
I like. So here's why 3-man is good. 3-man is good because in any fight where we're having to deal with like skills or scripts or whatever that target the entire party, it goes a little bit faster because it doesn't have to target one of the slots. Why I don't like 3-man is sometimes we have that support magic that ends up being necessary for our Topher dive, and if we don't get them all the requisite experience, like we're just gonna not have charges and it's gonna be bad time for us. I'm not so concerned about lack of temper as I am about lack of fast. I feel like that might be a sticking point, depending on how our evade is in Topher.
Yeah, I mean, fast was learnable at level 6.
Right.
So we should have it. Like, it's just a matter of whether or not our runners are able to go back and buy it. Because I also think Rubes hasn't checked level 5 magic, so he doesn't have that level 5 nuke. Which is definitely helping Luffy here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a bracelet.
That's a pretty bracelet. Both runners coming left side first. Not really going to have an advantage over one or the other. Sometimes you can win that 50-50 gamble where the key item is. Katana +2, because we didn't have a thief.
Vendor sword.
Running out of boxes and we still need a key item.
Yeah.
Luffy, what are we doing? My buddy. Doing donuts in the bean room. That looks like a bean.
Think about them brains.
Always think about them paints. They're important. Dismay. Just don't cook all the beans at once. These spike tiles have been pretty, or the spike boxes, they're pretty good. Got worms and iron galls and. All right. What? You know how many times I've seen TFC have the key item recently, and we don't have a key?
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Don't put that evil out there, Ricky Bobby.
Oh no. See, people like to say commentator curse. It's not a curse. We've seen a lot of these races. It's not predictability so much, but expectation. We're managing your expectations.
Right. You say commentator curse, we just say audience blessing.
Right.
Yeah.
Giving a show. And the fast before the punch, 15 hits, 13 damage. There's cracking 2 guts just everywhere.
That's a punch.
That's a big old punch.
Gonna have to duct tape that back together before we send it back in time.
Guys, I made a mess. I didn't mean to. I was gonna punch it, and then the black mage made me go really fast, and I punched it a whole bunch. Bunch of punches. Retro Game calling for TFC Chime. I would. Oh, this would be the grossest outcome for Luffy, but if Slab was Chime, Sky had the key,
right,
and TFC had the loot.
Right. That's the path I was going on. Like, we gotta end with, like TFC loot is the worst.
Yeah. Rubes rewarded the same way Luffy will be, provided he clears TFC floor with a Masa -2. So we have backup melee strats in play.
Sort of.
You can't be mad at that, you know.
I can't be mad at it, but once our black belt is like ground to a sufficient level, I look at any Maza the same way I look at like any katana or like any flame sword, right? Like, will it do damage? Yes. Will it theoretically kill things? Probably. But like the chasm between my primary damage and my backup damage is so big that it's just like impossible to plan around.
Oops. Fire 2 on Firebirds? Come on, man, you're better than that.
Hey, it works sometimes.
Ice them suckers. Is there a reason to choose spells or whatever during random attacks will win a battle? So question from Chad, is there a reason to choose spells or whatever if doing regular attacks will win a battle, like a 1 ogre battle? I think in a 1 ogre fight, you cast spells on your casters so they can possibly end the fight. It's all about ending the fight as early as possible. And if you queue up all 4 of your moves, and a couple of them are just waits or black mage punches that aren't going to end the fight, you run the risk of the ogre getting a turn first and potentially having a gross skill that could wipe you out or suck up a lot of your resources. So you want to have everybody doing something that's going to potentially... Oh my jeez, it's TFC!
Oh boy.
It stands for that favorite chest of everyone's. Where the oh wait, Rubes looking at TFC North.
Yes, we on a 50-50 right now.
Chat waits with bated breath. Gersharks on the path. Sea snakes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Go open TFC rooms. You're right here. Oh, so close. All right, we're
Yeah.
warped out.
The seed heard us, but it was just like, yeah, key TFC, yeah, got it.
It's serendipitous. We got a Masa and we got a ribbon out of here. So if something gross happens in Topher and our black belt gets blown up, we have a win condition to get out of that fight. We have fast, we have tempers, we have a Masa, and we have a red mage that can do stuff with it. So it's fine. Especially because that red mage has plus 15% hit, so might get some good swings going. But I think this pretty much just confirms that the slab will be chime. Well, no, I guess we still got to see what the key has, because we're looking for white shirt and power bonk. One of those is going to be in the key lock in Canaria.
Right.
One will behind the slab or the herb, which is still out there.
Sure.
And the other will be in Sky. I imagine we'll see herb and Canaria locked lead to a piece of gear.
I feel like herb is locked behind slab or bottle. Cause
bottle was slab. So we turned to the bottle and we got the slab. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we just gotta do a little jiggly joo on the tracker there.
So bottle led to slab. Slab leads to white shirt or bonk. Sky holds. There's like a...
It's like 50-50 that Sky is loot or a piece of gear.
Right. No, it's 1 in 3. There's a 2 in 3 chance that float is required, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Luffy needs the chime to be here in Canaria. But without the bridge that Rubes found, Luffy's got to do some awkward sailing, and eventually we got to turn north, buddy.
Yeah, it's time for north.
Yeah, we can't hit the Matoya dock, and we're looking, evaluating, thinking big things. Good levels across the board for his party.
Oh yeah, levels are perfectly good. I would take this to Topher in a heartbeat.
And that Black Mage HP from the Vitality buff, having Black Mages over 400 HP, I can think of a lot worse things.
So we're headed to Ordeals. If I recall correctly, Ordeals was tail. So that's gonna point us towards key and...
Oh no.
Oh, the big gamble play. Or this is a double back and we're hitting Marsh.
Yeah.
Because like the gamble was to skip Marsh, and we unfortunately know that was a failure. So now we're doubling back on that gamble probably, because we're heading in this direction for Key. If Key doesn't pan out, which it won't, we'll have Marsh. Well, actually, Key might pan out. Key is Chime. I'm gonna have all the feels.
Yeah, because then Luffy has a coin flip to make of whether or not we go to.
Right. Oh yeah, we also have Adamant, which is gonna lead to something. Alright!
I heard you like bad feels. Alright, Luffy. Loot away from go mode.
Alright, key to loot. Let's go. We can do it. Key to loot. I believe.
And Rube's just showing the benefit of that floater, just so much quicker to get around.
Look.
And Rube's doing the safety save outside Canaria.
Airships are not licensed by the FAA and they're illegal. I'm gonna have to send this to
All
the tournament.
power bonk right
there's-
away.
That was a bonk. Oh. Wait, do we still have that chime?
Yes.
Wait, where are we going? Luffy, please.
Going to Earth Cave.
We are banking everything on floaterless seed, which, I mean, it is technically what I have been cheering for. We don't need to save out. We don't need to save out for Endless Earth Cave. Like, what's gonna happen?
All right. Rube's going to show us if this is floaterless. If the Lufanians have the loot, big advantage Rubes. If the Lufanians have the white shirt, less big advantage to Rubes, but still an advantage just by having done Earth and Fire and better levels on the black belt. But still, Luffy's still in it for sure. Chat confused why Luffy reset. Power Gauntlet is fine. It's not necessary for this party, and if we... Oh, it's floaterless. If we need the Power Bonk, we can always get on our way back to Topher. We don't need the Power Gauntlet for what's left in the seed before Topher.
Right.
Leafy in.
Leafy in. All right.
Actually. So Rube's gonna have to clear out Mirage Sky, which opens the door for Luffy if Luffy decides to like skip certain floors, because some floors are kind of gross to check.
Sure.
Like if it's on Sky 3, that kind of thing, you know. Skipping Sky 2 saves time.
Right. And when we don't need levels, like, yeah, but I really go back and forth on it. With Warp, you do Sky 2. Without Warp, I feel like you still have to do Sky 2, because, like, if you skip it and you're wrong, that is the ultimate in feels bad moments.
Yeah. I mean, we are in the round of 32. You can't hold anything back. It's the playoffs.
I wish we could hold something down, like that airship.
That's why you never skip Marsh. You can skip Ice Cave, but never skip Marsh. Marsh always got the goods. Except when it doesn't.
It frequently doesn't. Like...
Well, considering that ship and canal weren't required for this seed, if you and there's the loot right there, less than greater than. If you had Galaxy brained the inner sea routing and just like, I don't want to do Marsh or Ice, I'm just going to keep chasing these fetch quests, you would have got the floater and been able to skip them. Oh wait, no, I think Marsh gave us Crystal Ice. Yeah, Ice.
Yeah, Marsh was Crystal. So we didn't. So if we don't do Marsh, we don't know that the Crystal is in there. As far as we're concerned, it's like Bonker White Shirt or like Slab or Bottle or something stupid.
Luffy knows what's there. Well, I guess he thinks it's either Sky Floater or Sky Loot.
If we're Luffy, it is now a 50-50 on whether Floater is Sky or it's been Marsh this entire time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need like cheer up cupcakes or something.
Yeah. Alright, Rube's on the Bridge of Destiny. If you wanted to see that robot friend, you're running out of time.
But like it's...
Oh, that's right, we required it!
Oh yeah, alright.
Alright, I forgot we did that. Because I remember things.
We brought a 10 wrench set. Ready? I'm gonna microwave you first. Oh, did I say 10 wrenches? I meant 16 disassembled.
So that makes the grind to 37 make much more sense, because we just jumped up to 41 there. So that black belt will hit 42 walking through Topher.
Right. Luffy in Crescent Lake, because we need to do Volcano at some point, because we've basically decided that this is... No, because we still have to full clear Mirage Sky. We're here. We're here, let's do it.
Yeah. No. Just
No.
checking in.
Dip it. Oh, right, because floater's gonna be in sky. Right. Okay. I see the logic of it.
And there's 4 orbs for rubes. And
Wait. Luffy went?
we're going to sky. Or no, he's gonna go to ordeals.
We're going to our deals, yeah.
Oh no, Luffy. Not like this.
One of the things that I regularly communicate is, if you make a gamble, you hold to it, no matter what. Whoops.
Yeah, it's not a bad play here from Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Ordeals can be quick. We saw Rubes get through it very quick. We've got warp, and it's should be fine. But that tail is gonna just be a punch in the gut.
Yep.
Because Rubes is barring. So what kind of Topher would Rubes need to experience in order to keep the door open for Luffy?
Evasion.
Did we see?
Like, that's the start and the end of the list. Evasion. Well, it needs to be on Kraken 2 or higher.
Yeah, we saw Lock at level 6. I don't know if Rubes picked it up. But on and through the loot plate, Luffy through the pillar maze.
Alright, I want to see open tail, and then immediately pound reset, get back into boat.
Question from chat, isn't the chest that Luffy grabbed the link chest? Yes, it is, which is why when we saw him open that box, it was empty. The box in the pillar maze is the far left box, and the box in the row of 4 in the second cluster of ordeals.
So Luffy opened the tail, immediately hit reset, and we're now sailing for Mirage.
Yep, that's the right play.
Yep. Question chat, why spend the time grabbing the link chest item? Because if we're Luffy, we understand that there's still a lot of duds left in the wind, right? Tail being one of them. So if we can open that very first box and see that it's tail, like, we don't care what's in the rest of that dungeon. We just hit reset and go on our merry way.
It's a big time save. Because then we don't need to fiddle about with the pillars. We can just say, oh, that's what it is. I can reset. And if we have a white mage and we have exit, if we get that item and it's still loot, we can just exit out. We don't care what's behind the pillar maze.
Right.
And Lich 2 was here, allegedly.
That's the most you can ever say about Lich 2.
They're still trying to corroborate his alibi. So, somebody saw him here.
Alright, first real boss, Kelly 2. We're gonna do some punch. 10 hits, 1041. Alright.
Say goodnight,
That
Kelly.
happened.
Good night, Kelly.
Alright, coming up to the first potential hazard of Topher.
Yeah, this is the scary times.
Yeah, this is the time to worry. We're putting our red mage up front, just in case.
Yeah, we don't have life on the red mage, so the black mage is definitely more important.
Time for punch. 3 hits, 324. Bane goes out, ineffective on all targets. So the fast is going off. Nuke goes out for 194. Fast goes off. Second round. We're going to do some nuke and some punch and some nuke. Punch. 7 hits for 1046. Down goes Kraken 2.
Really good turn order
evasion.
there. Yeah, really
there
good
was
turn
evasion.
order.
It just didn't work. Tiamat is less likely to have evasion. We're going to try some nuke and some fast and some punch. Incoming punch. 4 hits for 205. Red mage still there. Outgoing. 7 hits for 666. Tia 2 still there. Fast goes off. Nuke goes out for 187. We're going to do some nuke and punching. Nuke goes out. For 109, nuke goes out. For 131, incoming punch. 5 hits for 362. Black Mage still there. 10 hits for 429. Tia 2 is not. We're on to Chaos.
That Black Mage vitality has been so pivotal. Luffy got the triangle.
Ding.
Time to go.
Yep, we're done. That was the last box we're opening.
Let's see what Chaos is going to do.
We're going to start with some Wall. We're real afraid of insta-kills. Wall and Fast and Punch. Punch goes out. 4 hits for 179. Okay. That's a lot of Absorb. And that's kind of a lot of evasion. Poison damage. Not good for our Red Mage. Fine everywhere else. We're going to try some Lock 2 strats. Some Lock 2 strats. And a Punch. Lock 2 goes out first. Lock 2 goes out twice. Punch. 17 hits for 1399. Chaos is not long for this world. Ice 2 doing Ice 2 things. Punch. 14 hits for 487. That was a very tiny number. Bane doesn't quite land. Nuclear goes out. Takes the Black Mage down to 1 knee, but punch. 13 hits for 486. Down goes Chaos. Rubes finishes in first place with official race time GG of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 7 seconds. GG to him.
GG, Rubes. We're going to see if Rubes wants to come in here and talk to us about it. Luffy just looking in the race room. He's planning on finishing up. So Luffy, a true competitor, who's gonna close us out, give us a show, see what his party can do against this required Warmech.
The scroll means that we've selected another window.
It's probably him. Oh, Luffy. Luffy, Luffy, what are you doing?
Oh.
We got Rubes in here. Hey, alright. The crop fixed itself, and we got Rubes. GG, buddy.
Thanks, GG.
How you feeling, man? You had 10 minutes to decompress.
Yeah, I haven't yet. I feel like I was playing behind the whole time.
The big difference between you and Luffy was you going to Marsh Cave. That got you the floater from Matoya after leaving Ice, and then it was just a matter of how you took your grinds. You took the safer Sorias while he took Agamas and Earth Cave with Stinger to Blizzard, which was a little bit slower because they had a lot more HP than the Sorias. So, but it was kind of a bummer for Luffy that this ended up being floaterless, because a lot of things just kept him away from Marsh Cave and going back. But so was it always part of your strategy to do Marsh and Ice regardless of the fetches that you received elsewhere?
Marsh for sure. I'm always going to do Marsh unless I know that it's ship and canal left for Marsh and Ice. Ice, I was like, well, I know it's the ship, so I'll go and I'll get it, and then I'll see what Matoya's got.
Very good, man. You did a really good job.
Thanks.
As Luffy exits the Sky Cave, third orb lit, gonna head to Volcano, take care of Kelly 1, and take his 37 black belt to Topher. How did you feel about the forced party being black belt red mage?
Well, I was happy there was a black caster. That was the first thing. And then when I was debating between when I saw the black belt, I was like, all right, do I just want to lean into the black belt, or do I want to throw a fighter in there? And I decided to just lean into the black belt.
Yeah. Legally frivolous beefs. Do you have questions for Luffy?
Yes, but I also have questions for Rubes. Let's start with
Oh,
the
right.
draft.
I got distracted. My bad. I'm easily distracted these days.
Let's start with the draft. So drafting into black belt red mage. I get why the black mage, because we want even more black casters. How did you feel when you saw that we were going red double black for this black belt?
Fine. I knew there was going to be a lot of support, and early on you need as much AOE as possible.
So I guess my other question is, we look at level 1 and we see that we've got nonsense. Like, we've got hold and we've got saber and we don't care. What's your general kind of plan for trying to get levels for, like, if we even see sweepers at level 2, level 3, how do we get the levels to even get there?
Well, first plan was see if Topher has something I can use to kill Garland, and it had a wizard stick and a Thor hammer. So that took care of that issue. But I figured, I get hold, and so I could paralyze him if needed and whatnot. But unfortunately, there were no cheap weapons at the weapon shop, so I had to. I was kind of lucky there. Otherwise, if those weren't there, if there wasn't a way to kill Garland, I would have just gone to whatchamacallit, Dwarf Cave, check those two, and then after that, I don't know. Didn't really have a plan after that.
That's a big old punch on Kelly 1. It was very kind of you both to take your grind at the same time, so Fizzle and I could talk about food for a solid like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Luffy and I planned that. We planned that out at the 30-minute mark or 35-minute mark, or whatever we decided. We're gonna give them a break.
So to catch you up on the conversation that happened, what's like your guilty pleasure when it comes to eating out? Are you a fast food guy, like a fast casual?
Guilty pleasure?
Yeah, like I'm a sucker for the fast food, the McDonald's, Burger Kings, where Lord Fizzlebeef's got the Denny's, Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Those sorts of restaurants, the sit down restaurants.
Well, I do love me some McDonald's breakfast, or even some Wendy's breakfast.
I've never had Wendy's breakfast. Is this new? Rubes, I need you to come back. Rubes, I need you to come back and tell me about Wendy's breakfast. Rubes, come back.
This is a mystery that we're going to have to solve together.
Rubes, come back here and tell me about Wendy's breakfast.
I'm not going to tell you that the next noise you're about to hear is me starting my car. I'm going on an investigative journey.
Rubes. Sir.
Oh.
He just left the room. So probably got disconnected there. There he is. Rubes.
Oh.
Enough with the teasing. Tell me more about Wendy's breakfast.
Oh no, I didn't stick with that very long. I just said I had Olive Garden the other day.
We only heard Wendy's breakfast, and then you went radio silent.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, and then I look at the Discord and I see if I disconnected, like, oops.
So Luffy gets bounced out by these Frosties. Just super gross, but able to get through them that time. So you said you felt behind. What was it in particular that made you feel behind? Because your routing and execution seemed to be fine. Like, there was not really any sort of critical misstep or thing that blew you up at any one point where we lost a bunch of time. So, just curious.
I have to say, all the paddling down the river felt bad, and then also going to ordeals. I was like, well, it's right there. I'll go ahead and do it. And it was the tail, and I was for a little bit considering promoting so I could get life 2 on that red wizard. And then I decided I don't have time for this. I gotta go.
Yeah. Alright, Luffy
And then plus the...
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Luffy coming into the Lich floor, and we didn't see a whole lot of adversity from the Fiends from you, so we'll see if Luffy has any worse luck here.
Kraken and Chaos both had Bane. That was a little scary.
Yeah. Kraken did have pretty good evasion, too.
Alright, we're rounding the corner, getting ready for our first real boss fight, Killy 2. Luffy reacquainted with the Agamas that we've known and punched so well, but Blizzard is annoying, so we're just gonna run from this. And here we go. It's time for punch. It's time for fast. It's time for temper. It's time for temper. Our black belt is a little bit lower level, so the tempers are going to get us there. Punch goes out first. 8 hits for 409. Fast, temper, temper, all going off. Round 2. We're done with buffs. It's time for nuke. But first, punch. 16 hits for 1509. No more Kelly 2.
It's always gross to get ambushed at this level in this dungeon by this party.
Mm-hmm. Going with nukes to get, nukes and lightning threes to get through the fight to make sure we don't lose any characters, because we ain't got life. Ain't nobody got time for life.
Nice fade rolls there. One max roll, a couple other close. 320, the maximum damage that Fade can roll. It's always fun to see it when it hits. Almost as exciting as a 400 nuke when that thing hits.
Almost as exciting as an 80 Fade.
Almost as exciting as another Seafood Party Pack ambush.
Yeah.
Lord Fizzleby, what kind of seafood would you want to be ambushed by?
Shrimp?
I was gonna say endless fried shrimp, please.
Yeah, give me the fried shrimp, and just like, I don't know if we can have ads on the fight, but if the ad can be just like a bucket of cocktail sauce, like, sign me up.
I like crab cakes. She's a good runner too, but I like to eat the food. Hi, it's Chaos Comedy Tour. These are jokes, folks. Don't forget to tip your waitresses. Yeah, but I'm a big fan of the crab cakes. Crab legs are fine. I may live in Maryland, but I'm not the biggest fan of doing the whole picking thing and just tearing the crab apart. That's way too much. It's way too much.
Speaking of picking things apart, here comes double temper and fast on the black belt before we even swing, but here it goes, punch. 5 hits for 1051. Kraken's still there. Bane comes out. Doesn't stick anywhere. And a cure 4. Lol, 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 punch. 5 hits for 658. Kraken 2 still there. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're just gonna nuke and maybe some temper. We're just gonna throw things at the wall and we're gonna see what sticks.
Zap him!
Temper goes out. Lightning 2, gonna do some Lightning 2 things. Outgoing nuke. For 175, Kraken 2 still there. Outgoing nuke. For 131, Kraken 2 still there. Punch. 8 hits for 1840. Kraken 2 no longer there. On to Tia 2. Not even stopping to heal. Let's try the old fast double temper strats. I taught him that. 4 hits for 298 to the black belt. It's fine. Everything's fine. 6 hits for 266 because the black belt's overeager. And what is turn order? Fast and tempers go off without a hitch. Let's try some... Was that fire 2? What are we doing? Hang on. Punch. 7 hits for 817. Tia 2 still there. Temper goes off. Fade going out. For 115. No more black mages. Fine. We don't need it. This is whatever. Temper goes off. Double weight punch. But the punch goes first. 13 hits, 2488. No more Tia 2. Fun fact, we are now down to the same number of party members that Rubes had when he came through here.
Hey, some vampires. Goodbye, vampires. Oh no.
Encounter table, please. Okay, now we can full heal again.
Hey, there you go, Luffy. Take that victory lap. You earned it, buddy.
Yep.
Coming in as a Duckling from the Duckling Derby this past winter. Participated in the co-op tournament and then the winter dab, I believe, as well. And then strong showing here, making it to the round of 32. You earned that victory lap, bud.
Time to finish it off with a chaos fight. Time for Temper Fast Punch. Fast goes off first. Incoming Punch, 3 hits, 314. Black Mage still there. Outgoing Punch, 11 hits, 482. Temper goes off next. We're going to do some Tempers while we still can.
He didn't have Lock 2.
It's fine, we don't need it. Brute Force time. Incoming poison damage. Rolls for 200 on the black belt. That's a little concerning, but 9 hits for 737 seems real good. We're going to have a think. Are we going to go for power? You bet your butt we are. Punch. 7 hits for 958. Chaos goes down. Luffy finishes with an official race time GG of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 3 seconds.
GG's Luffy. And Luffy in the booth with us. GG's, buddy.
Hey.
GG, dude.
GG, Loof.
GG's.
How you feeling, man?
Well, it felt okay for the most part. As soon as I found that triangle in Sky, I was like, oh, this wasn't the floater. This is only a matter of time. And then I think Rubes finished like maybe a minute or two later.
Yeah.
So, I hate Marsh Cave. I never go to Marsh Cave. That's my own problem. I'll figure it out.
You gotta lean into it, man.
Yeah.
I love the marsh gamble. I love the bypass marsh gamble. It's just unfortunate that it backfired in the worst possible case scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. With Canal from Sages and then Ship and Ice Cave, I'm like, okay, either Marsh is something good or it's a waste of time. And it was pretty good. I'm guessing that was Crystal to Floater, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it was.
That feels about right. But you know, what can you do? Rubes ran a heck of a race. GG's, man. That was fun. That was a good rematch. I'll get you an iron gold. We got that coming up at some point, so it was fun.
All right, sounds good. GG.
Question to Luffy. Let's rewind back all the way back to the beginning. We get our 2 forced. We have our black belt and our red mage. You have the option to draft first, but you defer it.
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through that choice.
I kind of wanted to see what Rubes was going to do. Once I saw the black belt was forced, I got pretty excited about that because I like black belts. So I had a thought that he would go either Thief or Black Mage for some speed, and he went Black Mage, and then I was thinking the same thing, either Thief or Black Mage. So I was like, you know what, forget it. Let's just go Black Mage across the board. So go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Or try to, anyway.
Same question to you that I ended up asking to Rubes. We look at level 1 black magic, and we're sad. We've got Hold, we've got Saber, and we do not care.
Mm-hmm.
What is your general plan for trying to get levels just in case we do find a sweeper in like level 2, level 3?
So I was hoping to find something in Temple of Fiends there, like let me get lucky and find like a mage stick, and the Thor hammer happened to be there, which was nice. And then I was like, okay, let me just get enough levels to get over to Elfland to see what level 3 is, and hopefully I have a charge or 2 to get through the river system. And that was kind of the general plan. I bought Saber in case I had to punch Garland, and then I forgot to equip the weapon, so I got lucky.
Saber's fine with like even black mage punches.
Yeah.
We're working with 100 health. It's fine.
Yeah.
Luffy, what's your guilty pleasure? I was gonna try to bail you out with a food question.
All right, one more question, then food question. Walk me through your will I, won't I circling ordeals?
So I don't like to do ordeals if I have 2 turn-ins to do in the other direction, because if it's a dud, like, then it feels bad. I gotta sail all the way away. So like I've been liking the save kind of right there by the peninsula, and then go do turn-ins and see what they are. And if it's nothing, then I'll just bounce back. And I think the first one, the adamant, I think turned into the chime, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then the key turned into the bonk, and that's when I started to get a little worried, realizing that this wasn't, slab or something that was floater lock, which was making me think, okay, floater and ordeals or floater and sky. So then I'm like, all right, well, let me go and kill Lich and think for a minute before I go back to ordeals, if I want to even go there at this point, because it was 50-50 to me that ordeals or marsh was going to have like the progression that I wanted, versus like going to sky, which I knew was going to have something for endgame, whether it be the loot or something leading to the loot. And then when I found the tail, I was like, oh, this is probably bad. And then when I got the sky and found the triangle, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Luffy, what's your favorite guilty pleasure food? Like food restaurant?
Yeah, eating out option.
Yeah.
So we have this place near me here in Maryland called Ondo's Deli. That's like about 5 minutes away, and they do some killer sandwiches, Italian sandwiches and gourmet sandwiches. Like I got one today. It's like capicola, mortadella, copa on like a hoagie roll with oil, vinegar, hot pepper spread, provolone cheese.
Sir.
Caleb, you're not far from me. Come visit, bro. It's good.
We said guilty pleasure. I'm out here talking about McDonald's and Burger King, Lord Fizzle Beef on Olive Garden and Denny's, and you're out here talking about like delicious gourmet Italian subs. Guilty pleasure. Something that you're eating in the car and throwing the bag in the trash before you get in the house because you're ashamed of it.
Panera Bread.
There we go.
Okay.
That's a choice.
Yeah, I had
Panera Bread's
weight loss
pretty good,
surgery, man. I gotta pick and choose what my guilty pleasures are now.
That's fair. That's fair. It's good for you for making the healthier choices with the Panera. Panera's pretty good though. I like getting the half and half. You get that. I like their soups. I like that green smoothie they got.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good one. The non-dairy smoother.
Yeah, man.
I get more with Panera Bread. I don't consider Panera Bread a guilty pleasure. I think it's like the healthy option when I'm looking at like lunch options from the office kind of thing.
It rides the line. I'll back you up on that.
Yeah, I mean they do have like mac and cheese and like grilled cheese sandwiches, which are also pretty good. But Luffy,
physically, I can't eat any of that other stuff, so that's as guilty as I get.
That's fair. Well, good for you for being healthy and making healthy choices for yourself. GG's, buddy. GG's on the tournament. You made it to the round of 32. You can't be mad about that. You did a wonderful job this tournament. 3-0 in pods. And I guess we'll start with you. Final thoughts on the seed, the tournament experience as a whole.
So,
take it away, man.
So the seed was a lot of fun. What was even more fun was having to drop our own gates, so I appreciate you quitting early. That was fun.
I was distracted.
Rubes and I got a good laugh about that before we started. But
appreciate
the seed
you being
was,
adults about it.
the seed was a lot of fun. Obviously, one decision didn't really decide the outcome, but it certainly didn't help at the end. And that takes nothing away from Rubes. He ran a heck of a race. I know he doesn't like going against me when we have black belts, so this was a nice little sweet revenge for him. I wish him all the best in the round of 16. I wanted to make brackets. I made brackets. I wanted to win my pod. I won my pod. Time to get going, work on summer, and improve for the fall.
Heck yeah. I think the last question I want to ask you, Luffy, because with the spring tournament sort of entering its final weeks, the next major event outside of the Duckling Derby, which is ramping up during the Duck Boot Camp over the next 8 weeks. So if you're out there watching, want to be a part of the new player tournament, please join the Discord. You can find it on FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Come learn the game, learn how to beat the pros, and I'd love to see anybody out there show up in the Duck Derby. But following the Duck Derby, this summer we have co-op coming. Danny, our tracker, always the champion of the co-op tournament, and Luffy, your Double Dragon co-op partners in the booth here. Are we going to see an official union of the Trash Island treasure hunting unit, or is a question too soon? Because I guess this question could be for both of you.
I mean, I will defer to my teacher/mentor to see what his schedule is like, but I am always down to do some playing.
I can't commit just yet because there's something I'm working on, but if I have the time, I would like to.
Because I was going to say, Fizzle, you and I, we run. You have the Trash Island Fire Department. I have the Center for Competitive Forfeiting, which Rubes, our security officer, in the booth with us. We do have that property on Trash Island that we won in the third place match during the fall league that we got to do something with. So maybe we can all because both of our fall league teams are pretty deep. So it'd be interesting to see if we start pairing folks up with ducks and whatnot. But
lore is thick.
That's all co-op conjecture. I want to talk to Rubes, our winner, moving on to the round of 16 into the land of best of threes. Rubes, you will catch the winner of the Burt Reynolds Dangwoo race, which is happening, I believe, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern here on RPG Limit Break. Rubes, is there a person in that race that you would rather race, Dangwoo or Burt Reynolds?
Is there a third option? I mean,
well, let me remind you of the Center for Competitive Forfeiting. You can back out now.
Just to reiterate what Luffy said, I was just happy to make brackets and even participate in the tournament, and Luffy had a great run, and I'm sorry I had to end, facing me again. It would have been nice if we were on opposite ends of the bracket, but that's not how it worked out. But in terms of next week, well, whatever happens.
Fair enough. Well, final thoughts on the seed and the tournament experience so far?
No, it's been a lot of fun. The seed presented some early challenges, and eventually, once we were able to eventually get going, it was fine. But yeah, this tournament's a ton of fun. Even when I'm not racing, just watching all the others. Please watch as much as you can. It is so exciting.
Nice, absolutely. And speaking of watching other races, we're gonna go ahead and raid the race happening in progress between Gregory Puff and Gouda. That race is shaping up with a 4-force, looked like it was a fighter, black belt, thief, red mage. So that's a pretty spicy race we're going to go join in progress. But first, Lord Fizzleby, if you want to take us home.
Yeah, big thanks to RPG Limit Break for hosting us today. Big thanks to the unsung hero of the run, Danny3883, our tracker extraordinaire. Big thanks to my food partner in food crime, Caleb, for joining me tonight. For all of us here at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, stick around. We got lots of tournament action coming, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.